Yes, people, big up. Waffled on in the building. And yes, we got a special one today. I'm actually going to do a reaction video, and it's going to be reacting to Eberici Eze's interview with Akin Fenwa. And yeah, man, it was a very interesting interview, man. So yeah, we're going to get into it shortly, man. But not everyone has to be shouting out to say how much they rate Eze, man. But he's an interesting guy, man. And don't know what's happened there. Camera's just acting all dodgy. What's going on? Don't know what's happened there. But anyway, people, yeah, I'm just gonna share the screen if I can. And here we are. Okay, so I hope everyone can hear it. Let me see if I can turn this up. This will either be a disaster or it'd be good. But let me see if I've got the volumes up, just to make sure everyone can hear it. And so the volume's fully up, and so we're gonna play. So some of the video, this is the part of where he talks about where he was rejected at the age of 17. And if you know, he's played for a few clubs, Wickham, QPR, Reading, Crystal Palace, probably more at a youth level as well. But he just talks a little bit about the rejection and stuff. So I'm gonna play like a minute or so to see what he says anyway. So let's play it. Hopefully I've caught it at the right moment. If not, then it's peak.
But how close was it at a time where you thought maybe you wouldn't make it? I mean, I know you got released from a few clubs when you was younger. So how close was that whole, you know what, football may not be?
I was speaking about it today. I was at my old school and we were having like little Q&A, and I would say the circumstances looked like maybe I was far off.
Yeah.
But in my heart, I've always thought that I'm like that close, regardless of what I've been experiencing. So if I'm honest, I don't ever feel like I was that far off, especially because it is fine margins. It just takes one coach to see you in a different light, or one scout to come and see you at the right time in the right game. So it's fine margins. But I would say for me, this has always been coming. It's always been on its way. It's just a matter of when. But yeah, the circumstances probably didn't make it look that way.
So
it's interesting how he speaks about the chance for him, you know, to make it, because we know back in the day, opportunities were few and far between, and especially as an attacking midfielder, especially as a black guy, yeah, it's very difficult to break into that position. Now, you guys might think I'm being crazy, but there's actually, if you look around most of like the English Premier League teams, there's not really like many, I would say, attacking midfields. Attacking midfielders, especially not in my day anyway. But it goes to show that this guy as well has a confidence in his own ability as well. And the guy, you know, he believes in his abilities and he believes in God as well. And this is, you're gonna see a lot of examples of this as we go through this interview. He's a very, I find him a very interesting type of person that, you know, he relies heavily on his faith and in God's fate, you know. Obviously you tie your camel and all that kind of stuff, as they say. But he's someone that heavily believes that, you know what, it's God's will. So big up to him anyway. But yeah, we continue.
just tell, man, what's your first or earliest memories of when they said like, nah, you know what, you're not for me? And I'm not talking about the 5, 6, 7, 8, not that age, you know what I'm saying? Like, but where you sit and thinking, oh, I feel like I can ball, but they're not seeing it the same.
I would say when I was of age, I would say getting released from Millwall at 17. That's the one when I was like, oh, okay, this is real, because everyone's got their pros. My boys are working, boys are doing jobs or coming out of college or whatever. So that's like, it felt like real life at that point. 16, 17 is still young, innit? So
Yeah.
and I can see that now, but at the time it was like, oh, okay, this is serious, and I need to find something now. It's not wait 6 months or wait a year. I gotta get something. So that was probably the first time that I felt a bit like, okay, this is crunch time now. But again, as I said, the faith, the belief, maybe I was a bit delusional, maybe, I don't know. But
Delusion's not bad at all.
yeah, but I'd say that's always how I felt, man, regardless of the situation, as intense as it may have felt.
Mouse products are up to 50% off
So,
this Black Friday.
as you can
Here's
see-
why you need them. Oh god,
Stupid ads as well. I don't even know how jittery this video is going to come out, yeah, but sorry if it is that way. Let me just stop sharing that for a second so this video plays out. But yeah, as you can see, you know, sometimes when you play football at a certain level, yeah, rejection, as much as we don't like it, it builds you up, man. It builds up your mentality. It builds up your strength, your character. And I always say this, yeah. There was a guy called Chelsea Dan, yeah. Not the Chelsea guy that I know. The Chelsea Dan that used to be a Never a Foul. He used to say that Eze had a really bad attitude back then, but as far as I'm concerned, he's talking mess. He's talking rubbish. And I took offense to that when he said that, because it's so easy to coin players, you know, of a certain demographic as having attitudes. Now, I'm not saying players don't, but you can't coin everyone and put them in the same basket. And as I know, I have a very good friend that's been coaching at QPR for years, and all he had to say was good things about Eze, positive things. The manager had said positive things. I went online looking to see if there's anything negative that, you know, managers or anyone, players, coaching staff has said about him, and they never said anything negative about him. And when you look at the character in himself, yeah, he doesn't portray himself in that way to be arrogant or anything like that. I even went out to get my New Balance hat as well to represent today as well. Make sure you smash the likes and everything, people. Yeah, I could have done a pre-record on this, but I thought, let me just do a live. You know, it's 1 hour before the football, so let's just do a live and let's just talk on it, innit? Big up to everyone in the chat as well. Actually, I'm happy there's no one in the chat, because it makes it looks like a much better video. But anyway, let's move on. I need to change the settings, so we've only got subscribe mode as well. So yeah, that's cool. Anyway, as we move, let's continue. Let me just get through the ads first. This mouse case, man, is such an annoying advert. This guy's so annoying. Get him out. Let's skip that. So anyway, I'm gonna briefly speak about. He briefly speaks about his loans. Yeah, big up to Akin Fenwar as well. His loan out to, I think it was Wickham at the time. I'm just gonna bring that up in a moment. Hold on a second, people. Oh yeah, okay. Let me just play this. Okay, so this is where he talks about his league loans. Yeah. Now, let me just share this quickly. Let me just bring this up. Share screen. Okay, this is where he talks about his loan to League Two side. I think it was Wickham at the time. And I know Wickham as well. I know a few players that have played for Wickham as well. A lot of players have played there, man. Let me just play this, see if it works. I can see Chelsea down in the comment section. Big up to you, my bro. Let me just press play on this.
Stuff on the pitch,
Right.
like the type of pitches that they're playing on. Am I gonna be able to express myself fully? That was a concern. But then as soon as I went and watched Wickham play a game, I saw the pitch and I saw, oh my days, this is like, it's better than QPR's pitch at the moment.
right. And
I
the
said-
park's dope.
Yeah. I said, no problem. I didn't really think about the style of play. I didn't know what was happening. I just said, okay, if there's grass that's looking a bit flat, I can run on it. So the grass looking a bit flat, that means I can run, I can dribble. And maybe that's probably a childish way of thinking, but it was probably the most important thing to me at the time, to make sure that I can go somewhere where I feel comfortable.
Right.
And yeah, thank God it worked out as it did.
You see there, you see when you see a character like that, yeah. You know, he some players just want to play football, innit? You know, they don't want all the stress and all the bullshit that comes with it. I don't know what's wrong with my camera today. It's moving really sensitive today. It is what it is. I don't know. Some players just want to play their football, man. They want to go anywhere. And at the time, he was struggling at QPR to get into the first team. You know, he wanted to play football. He saw a loan going to Wickham, and he was like, well, as long as, you know, we have this thing that when we look down at the lower leagues, yeah, that some of these grounds, they're just not really that good, and because they've not really got a massive capacity. But some of these, when you look at the groundsmen for these lower leagues, yeah, some of these guys take their jobs very serious. And you know what? Some of these grounds are absolutely ream in terms of, like, you know, their pitches are like carpet. Obviously, not all of them are, but some of them are just really nice. So, you know, he was just saying, as long as he's able to play his football, you know, and the grass is decent, then he hasn't got a problem. Obviously, when you go down to the lower leagues, you know, players just move a little bit different, and there's a lot more, I would say, physicality in the lower leagues. You know, you come up against these big lads, you know. Big lads, you know, they don't really care. They take you out just like that, especially when you're a skillful player as well. You know, you're not getting past them. They're gonna, you know, so you learn a lot when you go down to these lower leagues as well. You learn how to release the ball quicker. And sometimes when you're from that type of level, you know, you're a lot quicker than the next man. You know, you have to remember, a lot of these guys are playing football part-time, not full-time. And, you know, got young families and all that kind of stuff as well. And he was young at the time, so, you know, this must have been like, you know, let me show my stuff in the lower leagues, you know, for teams like Wickham. I think Wickham are moved up now. They're either in League One or the Championship now. They've done pretty well, and they've had a lot of good players. But anyway, let's move on anyway, because I don't want to make this a massive long stream. I just want to just cut through a lot of the stuff. So I spent a lot of time talking about his time at
For
League
a long
Two.
time.
But now let's talk about him playing for Crystal Palace in the Premier League. So I'm just going to bring that up now. So just 1 second, people. If we can, let me just make this smaller screen. Can I make that? Why is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Let's just make it like this. Make it so you can see my little bobblehead. Okay, right. Let's play from here. I don't know what he's going to be saying, but we'll just play it from here.
So I saw that it was possible playing at QPR. I saw that, okay, there's interest, there's this and that. So for it to actually happen was, yeah, a powerful feeling, a powerful moment. And for me, again, another opportunity to express this thing that I've been given, and another, I don't want to say a point to prove, because I'm not really trying to prove anything to anyone, but I like the idea of achieving stuff that people don't think you can achieve.
Okay, so I want to touch on just that bit there. So, of course, you build up a resilience when people say, okay, you're not for me, or you're not good enough. You know, that's part and parcel of things you're trying to achieve. But you said that it's not that you wanted to prove people wrong. So where did that come from? So where did that emotion or that mindset be like, listen, I'm just gonna do me? And when did that come in? When you like, I'm just gonna do me and watch it all fall into place? Or is there that subconscious where you're like, that man that said I wouldn't play, watch, I'm gonna double down and do me, and then get to where you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm honest, not really, man. I feel like maybe I'm too understanding.
Okay.
In a sense. So those times I'll speak to people now about getting released. They'll be like, nah, you should have never got released. But I'm thinking in my head like, nah, I probably deserve to get released, man. I wasn't really doing it like that.
Okay.
I wasn't really that.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And yeah, I had talent, but were there other talented boys? Yes. Were people doing more than me? Maybe. So I didn't see it as like,
Okay.
I'm like this chosen kid that should be here, but somehow got released. No.
Okay.
I saw it as it's part of football. And as I grew up and as I've grown up, I've started to understand that a bit more. Which then played into, I'm not really trying to prove them wrong, because at the time they were right. They made the decisions that were correct. And the year after, they weren't saying, oh, you're so wrong. It's only now that they're starting to talk about it. So
yeah.
I try not to look too much at decisions that other people made, but
yeah, nice. A nice bit to pause the video at that site. What's going on, man? This stupidness. Just pause up, man. What happened to you? But yeah, we just pause it there for a second. And big up to a man like Craig Matthews as well, yeah, for sharing this video as well, yeah. Interesting what we just make my screen. Interesting that he talks about when he was released from these clubs that, you know, he wasn't blaming anyone. He wasn't angry with anyone. If anyone, you know, he knew that, you know, he probably didn't think he was good enough, or there was other players that were good enough. Sometimes you have to hold your hand up and recognize that you might be talented, but there's other players out there that managers, scouts might see something different in. And yeah, as I said before, rejection sometimes can also make you a lot stronger as well. And if you see the way he's talking and stuff like that, yeah, you can see that he's a very chilled out character, and he can only get better and better. And playing for Arsenal, I feel that his game's going to elevate even more. We've seen what he done last week at Spurs. I bait a poor Spurs, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, yeah, when the record books, you know, are shown, you know, on this day you scored a hat-trick against Spurs, you know, in your first season. So, you know, and you will go down as, you know, the first person since 1978 to score a hat-trick in the North London derby. So, you know, with all those kind of things, no, they're not accolades, but, you know, these things are individual things you can be proud about. It's not, you know what, we talk about football as, you know, trophies all the time and everything, and I get it, but personal accolades, you know, personal achievements as well, you know, players can have them. You know, you want to score, you know, you might have a target of scoring 10 goals a season and you break that target. We don't know what the target is, in it, when it comes, you know, when it comes to players, you know, setting themselves these goals, you know, because you might have your individual bonus incentives and stuff like that, yeah. But you also, if you've played football at any type of level, yeah, you know, there's always that goal, you know, like I want to score 20 goals this season, you know, and maybe you fall short and you score 18, you know. I want to get 20 assists, 10 assists this season, you know, maybe, you know, all of these things are, you know, individual goals that they set themselves as well. But anyway, waffling, let's move on to the next part of the video, if I can find it. Let's have a look. Where is it? I'm surprised no one's done a reaction video on this either yet, because Eze is a very intelligent guy. Let's move up though. So he talks about his injuries here. I'm going to go past that. There was a funny moment though, if I could find it. We're going to go for the signing for Arsenal now. There's quite a I found it quite funny what he says, yeah. What Akinfenwa says. And Akinfenwa, underrated interviewer, bro. Underrated. This guy, his interviews, Chris. But anyway, let's start with the signing for Arsenal segment, yeah.
After 14 years, when you like, you know, the thing is, and you've touched on belief, but I want to hear what's that feeling like of signing for your boy, because I want to just put into, I want to let you just know a little. Liverpool followed me back on Twitter. You're gonna laugh. I'm
only laughing because the man in the back laugh.
Stop laughing.
I want to laugh at that.
Stop laughing.
Listen
Let me
to
tell
this,
you.
listen.
I'm gonna give you. On God. Liverpool followed me back on Twitter and said happy birthday on my birthday. I phoned mum, said you got to talk to me differently.
Your mum.
It didn't go that well, but that's what. But that's how I was feeling.
Oh,
So,
bro, this brother's got
feeling
jokes, man.
Hold
on, let me pause this thing, man. This brother's got jokes. Akinfenwa, yeah, he's funny, bro. Man said he got a happy birthday from Liverpool FC. That's his club, yeah, he supports, yeah. And he said to his mum, listen, I phoned up Mumsy and I said, you better talk to me different. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I gotta rewind that back because that was funny, bro. But we let it play. We let it play for a bit, people. I need to get better at these reaction things because I'm not really on the know of all these things.
Of signing for your boy, because I want to just put into, I want to let you just know a little. Liverpool followed me back on Twitter. You're gonna laugh. I'm
only laughing because the man in the back laugh.
Stop laughing.
I want to laugh at that.
Stop laughing. Let me tell you. I'm gonna give you. On God. Liverpool followed me back on Twitter and said happy birthday on my birthday. I phoned mum, said you got to talk to me differently.
Your mum.
It didn't go that well, but that's what. But that's how I was feeling. But so just that feeling of the team that I support following me back on social media I was like, yo. So that's what the reason why I put that into it, because I want you to put into words what that feeling is like when it's your boyhood club
on the screen
and you're signing for them. That
hold on. I'm not even sharing it.
I'll be right. I still can't.
This Black Friday gift is my favorite dentist hack to clean my retainers. If you wear a retainer every night like I do, you know how hard it is to keep it truly fresh and clean, safe and bacteria free. I've seen so many of my patients struggle with ineffective cleaning methods like brushes and tablets.
Right, let's go back because
I feel like if I use words, it's not good for.
Hold on. This is absolute unprofessional. Right, let's play it. Let's remove this. What? Let's play it.
I want to hear what's that feeling like of signing for your boy, because I want to just put into, I want to let you just know a little. Liverpool followed me back on Twitter. You're gonna laugh. You're
Nah, I'm only laughing because the man in the back laugh.
stop
I
laughing.
want to laugh at that.
Stop laughing. Let me
I'm
tell
here for
you.
you.
I'm
I'm here
gonna
for you.
give you.
I'm
I'm
here
gonna
for you.
on God.
I'm here.
Liverpool followed me back on Twitter and said happy birthday on my birthday. I phoned mum, said you got to talk to me differently.
Your mom.
It did go that well, but that's how I was feeling. But so just that feeling of the team that I support following me back on social media I was like, yo. So that's what the reason why I put that into it, because I want you to put into words what that feeling is like when it's your boyhood club and you're signing for them. That you know.
Yeah. I'll be real, I still can't. I feel like if I use words, it's not good for a podcast, I'm sorry. But if I use words to try and describe the feeling, it's not doing it justice.
Okay.
Because I can say like, oh, it feels great.
Right.
It feels, but it's like, yeah, I don't know.
I see you looking at that picture.
This thing is peak.
I see you looking at that picture, and it's like, for me, like I said, I mean, I look at it now and I'm just like, listen, there's people that know the younger you. And of course, I knew you at 18, 17, 18, I think it was 18. And the journey you've gone on, the work you've put in to, and I'd still, like you mentioned, I think you're going to go on and go on. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen the work you've put in, and to get to that point, and it's, when I say one of life's good people, you that. So as much as you play for a rival in the team, I get choked up. That moment when you walk out and the fans take to you and you take that moment and you just acknowledge God with your eyes. Again, we're trying to put it into words, but I feel that frequency and that energy. Like, cool. So if you can't put it into words, the feeling of signing, what's then the feeling when you go into that changing room? So now you're like, and how quickly did you shift from all right, cool, like, this is a dream to get here, now there's work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, I'm just gonna pause it there for a second, man. And there's no greater feeling, yeah. Obviously, you got life's feelings of marriage, being, children being born and stuff like that. But if you're someone that's a footballer and you've grown up supporting a certain club, doesn't matter what club it is, getting to play for your childhood club is a dream. And these are the dreams that we have as children. We all wanted to play for, well, not we all, but I wanted to play for Arsenal as a youngster, but sometimes fortunes don't work as you want it to. Sometimes God has laid out a different path for you, and you may have to go to the lower divisions. You might have to go to a club that you don't want to go to. And when we look back, the way Eze came to Arsenal was crazy, because Spurs were just about to sign him, but Spurs divered, and then Arsenal just came in at the last minute. Regardless of who phoned who, it's history now. But God's had that path written for him, man. He was going to play for Arsenal regardless of whoever came in for him. And when your destiny and your path is written, there's no one, anything in this earth that can change that destiny. So, he's fulfilled his dream so far, coming to his boyhood club. Let's just continue listening to it.
I'm saying, how quick was that shift?
First day training.
Okay.
First day training, which was 2 days after that day. So I had a couple days to let it soak in, which was insane. As incredible as it is, and it's beautiful that I get to live out a dream in this way, and it's worked out the way it has. It's not a surprise to me.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. So when I'm in the training ground, it's like, okay, this is now home again. Okay, this is my new home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still what I've been thinking. It's still what I've been believing. So the work for me doesn't change. The work hasn't hasn't cooled down because it can't, because this isn't it. This isn't the end for me. This is, again, just another step on this journey that I've been speaking about with my loved ones, my close ones for so long. So as good as this experience was, within the first two days training sessions, I was like, we're here to achieve something. We're here to attain something. So the work started quite quickly.
And this is what I love about this brother. Yeah, he's here to achieve. You know how? Listen, this guy's coming off the back of an FA Cup title against Man City. What I didn't actually mention previously, that he had played for Arsenal before, but he was released. Can't remember what age, but you know, he's 27, I think, soon to be 28 next year, and it's never too late, man. You know, some players, they get better as they get older, man. You know, not all players are the same. Not all players are the same, and it's a journey. Everyone takes a journey. Everyone's got a journey in their own life, whether it's a negative, whether it's a positive one. But he just never stopped believing. And this is what I love about these type of players, man, is that they're real. You know, none of this fake rubbish. Yeah, he knew what was destined for him, and he just continues going. And no one likes a positive story these days. Everyone likes to hear the negative bull BS. But I'm not here to do that, man. I'm not here just for that. But anyway, let's just fast forward. And there's some interesting things what he says about Arteta, actually. So let's see what he says about Arteta. Let's see.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want.
The ads
and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Let me just see if I can.
Okay. All right, listen, we'll talk about, you've worked under a whole heap of different managers. So, of course, Arteta's the next one to be that great manager. What's it like working under Arteta?
Yeah, he's incredible. Attention to detail, how much I'm learning so fast, the type of player I can see that I'll become in this environment, in the culture that he's created. Special. It's a special place to be right now, for sure.
I hate that, by the way, but we got it's just got. I hate that, by the way. Because...
Understandable. I'd hate it too if I was you.
Oh, jeez! I say less.
He's a special guy. You can see that he's driven, and he's focused and relentless every day. He knows what it takes. So yeah, for me, it's the perfect type of manager to work under, and I can see him getting the best out of me for sure.
True. Just before I go and talk a bit about Arsenal, for you, because you've always been a relaxed individual, a relaxed character, have you had to balance your relaxedness to not be perceived as too relaxed? Do you understand what I'm trying to get there?
In a sense, I feel more so when I was younger. Okay. When I was younger, I used to have to think about that a lot. My enthusiasm.
Yeah, man. Let me just pause that for a second.
Or lack of enthusiasm at times.
Yeah, man. So he spoke on, the manager and stuff like that, and how relentless he can be, and attention to detail and stuff like that. This is an important year for Arteta, man, as well. He spent quite a bit of money this season as well. I don't think Eze will make up any nonsense about the manager. He's played under quite a few different managers as well, and at the top level, you can't have a manager that's just chilling, you know, especially someone that hasn't won anything for a few years. So yeah, it was interesting what he said about Arteta there, man, because a lot of people, you know, we cuss off the manager and say he's, you know, he needs to win stuff and all that. Under immense pressure, no matter how much money you make, yeah, you're still under immense pressure. And that pressure is more so on yourself more than anything else. You know, you can earn 50 million a year, you know, but if you're not bringing in, you know, the company's, you know, profits, so to speak, then, you know, what's your reputation going to be like? You know, if you get sacked, what's it going to be like? It's not going to be great. That person was here earning 50 million a year, and he didn't even do right for the company. It's that legacy that you leave with as well that I think people seem to forget as well, that it could either make you or break you, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna fast forward it to some of the things he did talk on. Hold on, let me just put toughest player. What is it? Toughest player, most replayed. Toughest player. Okay, let's just play this.
Giving him yet. So yeah, man, I'll say him. He's a special guy.
Okay, yeah. He talks about
to do the things that he was doing for that amount of time.
Hold on.
You've been in the Premier League for a while and played against a lot of players.
Thank you, man. Well, I know, man.
Who would you say is probably that stands out as one of your toughest opponents?
I'm gonna say De Bruyne, you know.
Yeah. Problem.
Yeah, to play the way he was playing, to do the things that he was doing for that amount of time. Yeah, not easy. You can tell that he's a high level thinker, and these type of players that I've looked up to from young. So, yeah, definitely a special player. Probably the player you're coming up against. You're like, he's got solutions to problems I ain't even given him yet. So, yeah, man, I'll say him. He's a special guy.
Can I ask a question? What did you notice? And I know you're older, and I just want to know, Crystal Palace and Arsenal, of course, both Prem teams, both got history. But what's the one difference? I'm not talking about football, just you now being an Arsenal player.
It's up a level in terms of attention.
Okay.
So like, there's a lot more surrounding Arsenal than there is surrounding Palace.
Okay, yeah. So
you have to consider so much more. There's a lot more eyes on you. You get noticed a bit more. So it's different off the football pitch. On the football pitch is the same. On the pitch is the same. Playing the same game, you're playing to win, you're having the same types of conversations, different processes and systems, but still the same principle. But yeah, off the pitch is a big shift. And I feel like that's a natural progression in football as you move club, as you move on upwards, things start to shift a bit. So this was expected, but something I'm enjoying, I'm trying to handle with grace. So it's it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
Yeah, that's interesting, man, what he's saying there, man, about the difference of the step up as well. And it is a step up, regardless of whether Palace recently won a trophy as well. There is a level of difference between the clubs, you know. One's regularly, you know, fighting, you know, in the Champions League, in the Premier League, you know, in the Cups, whilst the other one is, you know, a very good club, you know, that brings in very good players, or I would say makes good players. They're a small club, but a massive club, I would say, in Southeast London. Big up to Palace as well, and that's no disrespect for them. You know, they've won their first trophy recently. So you know what, they can have chest, and I've always admired their club, man. Like the days of of Mark Wright and Ian Wright when they used to play together as well. So I've got a lot of respect for Crystal Palace, man. You know, the likes of Elise, Zaha, who's that other brother as well that used to play for them as well, a really skillful guy as well. A lot of them guys have made their names playing, you know, at Crystal Palace as well. So I've got bare respect for them as well. But anyway, there was something in here. I don't know if I can find it, yeah, but he speaks on the players at Arsenal and he mentions one player in particular, and that's special. I want to see if I can find it. If not, if I can't find it,
Just have to think about that a lot.
then I'll talk about it.
So, yeah, for me, it's the perfect type of special place to be right now, for sure.
No, so you'd have played against a lot of these players. No, so you'd have played against a lot of these players for Crystal Palace. But who's impressed you on a day-to-day training with them? You're like, oh, okay.
Everyone's sort of what you expect them to be.
Okay.
And the expectation of all the players is high. I'll say one player that's gone even beyond the high expectation I already had, because I'd heard good things about him, is Jurriën Timber.
Okay.
Yeah,
You stop that right there. Let me stop that right there before he talks about him. Yeah. Now, people talk about Timber, yeah, like he's nothing. Yeah, but Timber for me, he's levels. He is absolute levels, and I don't just say this. Yeah, I watch football on a regular basis. Yeah, and I'm not talking because he's my player, but Timber starts for any team in the world right now. Yeah, he starts for any team in the world right now. You can argue about Hakimi, you can argue about Reece James, I suppose, but I would say this: if Reece James and Hakimi didn't play, would they miss him? Would they miss those players if Timber started? I doubt it very much. But for Eze to speak on this guy, yeah, to say he's already heard great things about this guy, for him to probably see him in training and see what he's like, yeah, it's just nuts. But let's just see what else he says about him.
He's a special player and a special guy. I think for me, you're in an environment of people, and you have a culture that is geared towards improving, and these guys all want to improve. So for me, it's a pleasure to be part of it, and to see guys like him who perform the way they perform, they carry themselves the way they carry themselves. It's inspiring for sure.
Football. There's a lot to consider. Early payout from Boyle Sports.
What is going on with this stupidness, people? What is going on? Right. Let me just turn that down and just let this go. So we're kind of like coming towards near the end of the actual video as well. I don't know if there's anything else that needed to pick up on, but we'll just go towards the end. These bloody eggs and all that. Get out. I'll have to fix up on my reaction videos, people, man. But I don't really do much. One gay. Okay, he spoke about that. I think he spoke about De Boer. Anyway, let's just calm it there, because we've been going for a little while. Let's just go through the comments quickly, and then we'll call it a day. I don't really like doing these videos where I just do a pre-record, because I noticed that my pre-records never get watched, hardly ever. So it's better to just do a live anyway. But anyway, man, that was me reacting to Eze today. Big up to the people in the comments and stuff like that. Let me know in the comments, man, what you think about this guy, man. You know, I think he's magnificent, and I'm not just talking about him as a footballer, man. From the way he is and the way he carries himself, man, I've got loads of respect for what Eze does. You know, he's a family man. You know, obviously he looks after his family, you know, and his parents and stuff like that. So I've got loads of respect for him. I'm hoping, yeah, that he has a very successful career at Arsenal and he makes us into the club that we deserve, because you know what, we've been fighting to get over the line. I think once we get over the line, he's definitely going to be in the conversations. With other players. So yeah, man, big up to Eze and big up to Akin Fenway as well, because I've used your video to do a reaction. Yeah, so people, make sure you smash up the likes and all of that. Comment, let me know if there's anything you want me to do a reaction, or any players you want me to do a reaction on, preferably Arsenal players. But yeah, I've got my New Balance hat as well. Let it all work out, and we are out. Peace.